Number 4, Cameron has a piggy bank of 472 nickels and pennies. The total value of the coins is $19.04. Which system of linear equations and solutions can be used to represent the number of nickels and pennies Cameron has in her piggy bank? So when we are talking about nickels and pennies, we need to understand how to write that. And this equation is actually not being tricky in that. Several of you might want to write a nickel like 0.5 because it's 5 cents. But if you add a 0 to make this go out 2 decimal places like money, you'll see that this is not the correct way to write a nickel. A nickel is going to be 0.05. And I see 0.05 in my answer choices. And now if you look next to 0.05, this one has a P on there. So does this one, and then we have ends. So we can possibly eliminate just based on that. A nickel is 5 cents. So that's going to be like choice C and D. We can eliminate just based on knowing that a nickel is 5 cents, A and B. And then when we look, my circle went over the plus signs, so let me take those back off. It says that 0.01 is going to be a penny, and that is correct. And then we have our money numbers. We have money 5 cents, money 1 cent, and money 1904, and that is going to be correct. Then we have our counting equation. So we have our money equation, and then we have our counting equation. So this one's money, and this one's counting. And so it's just going to say nickels plus pennies equals 472. And if you'll notice, both of those are also correct. So what we're going to actually have to do now is look at our answer choices. So our answer choices are going to be 114 nickels and 358 pennies, or 358 nickels and 114 pennies. Since this is actually money, we can type in this bottom equation and plug in our answers, and that would be easier than solving the 3 different ways that we learned. We solved by graphing, we solved with substitution, we solved with elimination. And you can still do all of those things or pick one of your favorite, but most of you are just going to want to take the straight approach of typing it in. You know about money. So let's start off with choice C. If I've got 114 nickels, you go calculate that. So I'm going to tap a new line, and it says 114 nickels and 114 times 5 cents is going to give me that answer of 570. And then if I have a penny, and then I've got 358 of those, 358 times 0.01. And then it says that we're going to add those two amounts together. So if we have 570 plus 358, does that give me what the equation says? $19.04? No, it gives me $9.28. So now let's change this around a little bit. And choice D says that we have 358 nickels. So I'm going to change that one to 5 cents. And that our 114 is talking about our pennies. And so I'm going to add those two answers together now. So if we have $1.14 in pennies and then $17.90 in nickels, does that give me what the equation says? The word problem says $19.04. Yes, it does. So the correct answer is going to be D. And we did that one by plugging in. So D is correct. And so what we did is we checked the solution. We plugged in this number for nickels and this number for pennies, and we actually approached it from a fourth way that we haven't really talked about a whole lot in class. Question number 5. The graph at right shows the number of children's tickets sold and adults' tickets sold, X for a given total of money. So what are we going to do for this one? It says the adult tickets sold are X, and if you'll notice, our X has adult tickets, and it's talking about what is the domain of the function shown. It's been a while since we've talked about domain. Domain, we can remember doctor, domain and range, Dr. XY needs his ID to go in and out all the time. So we're looking at our x-axis. The answers that we're going to be getting are coming from our x-axis only. And when we look at that, we're also looking at how far to the left and right does the graph go. What is the farthest to the left that the graph goes? And this point up here is showing you how far to the left it goes. And some of you might get tricked with this 140. You cannot use that 140 because that is not on your x-axis. How far to the left did that point go? It went over here to 0. How far to the right does it go? This point over here is the farthest to the right that the graph goes. And on our x-axis, that lines up with 70. So our graph shows adult tickets being sold anywhere from 0 to 70. So again, there's that trick answer of the 140. We can eliminate A and C. Choice B has 70, and so does choice D. So what's the difference? Choice B says all real numbers less than or equal to 70. If you choose that one, that means from 70, and then we can keep going to the left, and that is not true. Our graph stops here at 0, so B is incorrect. Choice D says all real numbers greater than or equal to 0. So what that means is that we're going bigger than 0 and less than or equal to 70. And so that means from 70 we go down. And that's exactly what we have. We have all of these numbers down there. Choice D is correct.